It looks as if, CNN is more relevant than it's ever been before. When you see the hurricane coverage on a weekend for mobile, where we see 80% of our consumption as opposed to desktop, it was our #1 day for the entire year, even overtaking the inauguration. So we had 34 million multi-platform uniques across all of our platforms, largely on mobile first. And so with that and all of our special coverage, we've been just seeing traffic growth like we've never seen before. Well, if you take example the eclipse, which we ran exclusive 360-degree coverage in 4K from multiple locations, that saw about 9 million live streams. And that day we saw tens of millions of people watch it back after the fact. So video growth has been immense, particularly across our OTT platforms like Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, now we're on Samsung TVs, and then of course on mobile. And so the growth, particularly around video and across many of these new platforms, has been really the driving factor over the last 9 months, really. Well, we've been working closely with marketers on a lot of our executions. So we used to be a website and an app and a TV station, and now we're on dozens of new platforms, over 40 different platforms. So sometimes it's our owned and operated platforms, like our apps, but in many times it's on Snapchat, it's on Facebook Instant Articles, Google Newsstand, Google Home, Amazon Echo, many different platforms. And so we're working with the advertisers at the onset of these platforms so that we all get around the table and we say, how can we create a really authentic editorial and advertising experience, not an adjacency or an afterthought. And so we sit at the table together and we talk about what does that ad execution look like. Sometimes it's a sponsorship of the content that we're creating. In other cases, we're actually creating native content, branded content with the advertiser and distributing that in very transparent ways alongside all of our coverage of a topic. We did that with the eclipse, we've done that through our CNN Travel, we've done it through CNN Tech, through CNN Money, through CNN Politics. All of these different kind of premium brands open up opportunities for marketers to really create content right alongside the editorial content that we're creating every day.
Tell us about how advertisers are involved with breaking news, political news, catastrophes, things that you cover every day.
Well, so it is a balancing test, and in fact, what we've seen is when the traffic spikes, when there's a surge in traffic, we actually have more eyeballs than ever. And there are some advertisers, particularly through the private programmatic means, that we can connect with this content. So they want to reach large audiences at scale, and that enables us to reach it through programmatic. At the same time, we can be very, very precise and surgical about which advertisers are aligned with which content as it relates to more of our premium or long form or evergreen executions. So it is a balancing test. When we have these spikes, we leverage them with advertisers that are very broad, and then when we create bespoke content, we can charge a higher CPM, but it is much more around the premium executions and the coverage that we're doing. So this term personalization, it really needs to be personal, not personalization. Personalization is a bit of a cop-out. That's where you just use technology at scale and you automate everything, and that's not the way journalism works. We spend so much money investing in editorial, technology, product, advertising to create more bespoke experiences, so it has to be personal. And what personal means for CNN is looking at the platform, determining how we deliver content, whether it's from an advertiser or from our editorial staff, in an authentic way. And so that personal experience considers, well, who is that individual? What segment are they in? What is the time of day? What is their location? What is their behavior? What have they implicitly asked for? What have they explicitly asked for? And so creating those experiences one by one is really where we've come. So instead of automation and algorithms that personalization promises, we're focused on curation and relevancy as it relates to a more personal experience. We have been speaking, you and I, for years about this topic of video, digital video, and when I look at the metrics of how CNN's doing right now, #1 in multi-platform, mobile, social, politics, video starts and live video is where it gets really exciting, because for 2 years running, we've been #1 in this video space, and the reason is because that's been a differentiator for CNN, right? We started as this kind of classic TV network, And now we really are extensible across all these platforms, and our differentiator is video. So sometimes it's about live video, sometimes it's near live video, what's about to happen or what just happened. Sometimes it's VOD and long form, and many times it's clips. And it's how we deliver them on each of these different platforms, which has really been what CNN's been able to do to sustain its growth. And so it's not just about people coming to us when news breaks, which they do, but it's also reaching out to them on these other platforms, and often telling them the story by way of video, because we have reporters and producers all over the globe. No one else can do that, and no one else can do it as fast as we can, with both the editorial content as well as the technology infrastructure. I would leave you with that, Andy, right? What is product? Product for us is that combination of storytelling and technology, and the way they come together to really present something in a way that others can't really do.